everyone, it's Sam here and I'm back with another fun Valentine's make. This time I've gone back and made another little mailbox. I've done a few of these. They're great for many occasions. It can be a birthday mail, Valentine's, it can be Santa's mail, so it can be a nice little, you know, Christmas themed box. It's very sweet. You just pull the little tab at the back and inside I've got some chocolate coins in here. These are all going to my little nephew. I'm doing him like a little Valentine's hamper and it all stands up as well. And you've got that little pocket on the front if you want to add a little love note in there as well. Very easy to make, so let's get started. So these are the little chocolate coins, milky cream chocolates. They're from the pound shop. Charlie's had these before. They always do them every year, different themes. So I've got those. And then I've got myself a circle die. I'll give you the measurements for that in a moment. And I've used the little love letter from my travel set. And that's going to be, you can see I've kind of roughly laid out how I want everything to look. So I've already done that one. So we need, let's just do the main box and those pieces first. So you want a piece of 9.5 by 6 3/4. This is for your box. Along the 9.5 side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 2 inches, 5 inches and 6.5. And then rotate it so that 1/2 inch tab is along the top. And you're going to score at 1.5, 4.5 and 6. You then want two pieces of 3 by, I think 3 by 5 3/4 will be fine because it's just the height when you cut your, you know, your oval. So do 3 by, 5 3/4. Along the short side, I'll just flip my around because I've already done this. You want to score at 3/4 and at 2 1/4, just down to 3/4 of an inch. So you can see the 3/4 there. So just score down and again at 2 1/4 score down. And if you pop it this way, then at the 3/4 just hover it until you get to the bottom of that score line and just join them up. You're basically going to cut this out so it gives you this shape here. So you can do that one now. So you're just going to cut up both those score lines. And then you can cut that away if you want, but I'm just going to fold it under and stick it under the box. But if you want to cut that out completely, then do that as well. Then for the little pocket on the front, like the little pull kind of handle, whatever you want to call it, this is 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. Along the long side, that 3 3/4 side, you want to score at 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4, and then at 3, 3 1/4, and 3 1/2. And do a concertina fold. So you're going to start with a mountain fold, valley fold, and a mountain fold. Okay, and then skip that large section, and then you could do a mountain fold, valley fold, mountain fold. You want to have those little springs either side, like so. Then you want to take a circle die, and you want something that's as close to the 3 inch width of this section. So I've got this one here, you can see, pretty much 3 inches. And just sit it to the top, and then take a pencil, and then from where it's just joining, just draw around just the top section, that half semicircle, and then cut it out, and then use it to draw around for the next one. So they're both the same. So that's why I've not drawn on that one, because I didn't want to, because I want to make sure that they're the same. So now I'm just going to sit that one over the top, and then take your pencil. Now I can just draw around that one, and then cut that out. So they're not going to be lying you know, right next to each other. The box is going to be in between, so if it's a little bit out, then don't worry too much, because you're not going to notice it. But as long as they're pretty much the same. All right, so whether you've got those pieces attached or not, but you should have two pieces that look like this. So that's your front and back. Then with this one here, fold and burnish all of those score lines in this orientation with the 1/2 inch tab on your left hand side. You're going to cut up all of these score lines along the bottom. So this one here, just remove that all together. And what's going to happen is this is all going to fold around, and this is the base. These are all going to fold up. So the little squares either side, just cut a wedge off of those. And just remove any of the score lines that you might see on the ends at all there. And then rotate it all the way around to this side, and you're going to do the same, cut down all these score lines, but this time you're going to cut to the second score line. So past the first one, down to the second. Again, with this end one here, you want to take that all away, and then you can just put a little wedge on each of those sides, and that will create your tab to stick it all together. Now this end one here, if you fold it back, you want to remove all of that. So just cut right down like so. And then the squares, you just want to remove the tab on the top. And then again, just take a little wedge, not too much, because you want this to be able to lock itself closed. Just take a little bit off the sides there. So next we want to stick it together. So you're going to add your glue just down that 1/2 inch tab. Flip it over, fold that one over, that side with the glue, and then that whole front, so it will line up. And if you just fold it back that way as well, give it a good burnish, that all a chance to dry. I think I'm going to have it, so this is going to fold in, and then that's going to close up, which we'll sort out in a minute. It's not, because it's inside that, it's not really going to matter. So basically you want to fold one of these down first. Okay, this is the base. Add your glue and then fold in each of the sides, and then add your glue again. I always like to do it this way, because that way, if you know, just looking inside the box, it looks nice and neat. And then fold that one. So now, like I said, when you look inside there, make sure your box is dry. You see it's nice and neat, so you can just go in there with your burnishing tool or a ruler, just make sure that's all spread out. Just give that all a minute to dry. Right, once you're happy it's dry, close this and go to close the box. Now you'll find that it will probably not close properly because this is not slotting in nicely. So just take a little bit off the sides, not a lot, not as much as you've probably taken on the other pieces. We want this to be able to lock itself and stay closed. Let's take a little bit more off mine. You might also find you might want to take a little bit more off the sides of these ones as well. I think that's going to be enough for mine. There we go. So that locks itself really nicely. So now we can stick it into here. Now you can use this as a little kind of guide to line it all up, because you want that to go, you want it to line up with this bottom section. So again, whether you've cut it away or not, but that's why I'm going to keep mine on, because I think it's quite handy to be able to stick that underneath. But you can see you're going to stick one on the front and then one on the back to give us our mailbox. But it's probably going to be a bit hard for the person to be able to open this section. So what I'm going to do is I've cut this piece of holographic card and I'm going to stick it onto this tab facing down like this. So this is overhanging, and then when I go to lock it all back in and close it, this will stick out. They will be able to pull that really easily. So this is a piece of 1/2 inch by 1.5. Now because it's a coated card, I'm just going to use a little bit of red tape just on the bottom. You just use your normal glues. If it's just a cardstock, off again, just open this up, and I just want to get it in the middle, flush with the bottom there, and then you can do a little test, obviously once all the treats are in. You can see how easy that's going to be now for them to open that. So next I'm going to add my glue all on the back here, and then I'm just going to add a little glue onto that section if you've got it. So we've got the tab at the top. This is now going to go underneath. It's the full width, so just make sure they're lined up. You might want to make yours a bit wider so it overhangs a little bit and the box is kind of set back. So that's that one. And then again, I'm going to add my glue. If you don't like the way that looks, you could always put a bit of card over the top, but no one's going to notice it. But it should now stand up really nicely on its own. I'm not going to pull it around too much just because that glue is very wet. So I'm just going to leave that for a minute. So now with these ones here, what I want to do is just add a little glue just on the bottom, just like that, just in between that first kind of valley on each side, and just stick them together. So you get that effect. See how it fans out at the top? So just hold it there for a minute for that to dry. Once that's dry, add your glue just down those two back panels, okay? And you're going to stick this onto the front here. So I'm bringing it up about 1/4 inch from here, and it's about 3/8 of an inch in from each side there. As long as it's straight, it's up to you really where you want it. You might want it a bit higher, But the idea is that where you've stuck it together there, it stays more closed and then it opens towards the top. I've then cut this piece here. I've cut it a few times just to make it thick, but I've also added foam. This is 1/2 inch by 2 1/4, and this is kind of like the handle, how they will open it, and that's just going to stick along the top. And then I've cut these mats and layers. So I've got the white, which is 2 by 1 3/8, and then this piece is 1 3/4 by 1 1/8. I'm going to stick those together, and then I've just punched a little heart with some holographic card. I've punched it a few times so it's a bit more dimensional. I'm going to stick that in the middle, and now this you can stick into this section. So depending on the occasion that you are doing this for, it could be birthday mail, it doesn't have to be, you know, Valentine's. I've got the little envelope here which is going to just stick just behind this part, and then I've just got mail cut with white card and then foam, because again I just wanted it to look quite dimensional, but I was going to have that just slightly arched like so, and then with that stuck in there, yeah, I think that's going to look really cute. So I'm going to get that all stuck down. I'll just show you how easy it is just to add the treats, whatever it may be. I think these are going to make lovely for Santa mail, little Christmas mailboxes. I think that'll look really sweet. But just to prove as well how easy that is now for them to open that all up and access whatever's inside. So I think this is very cool. He's going to love this. I just love the novelty of all of this. I wonder if they will all fit. I thought I might have got 2 projects with these, but it looks like he's going to have all of these in one. Yeah, they fit in there perfectly. There you go, 2 bags of those chocolates. And there you have it. What a lovely little gift. So whether you're popping it in a hamper or, you know, you're just going to put this on the table, or might take a few out. It's bulging a little bit. They do fit, but it's just kind of bulging a little bit on the back. But there you go. Anyway, now you might want to support these because that is a bit of weight. It does hold fine. But if you do want to support the legs, what I would recommend you do is just cut yourself a few pieces of 3/4 by 3/4, maybe 2 or 3, and stick them behind each one, or maybe a little bit of grey board or just some strong cardstock, just a few layers just behind there. But I mean, if you're just going to do it as something a bit lighter, then it'd be fine, but they are a little bit weighted in there. But I'm really pleased with that. I think it's come together perfectly. So thank you for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I will add this to the mailbox playlist because I'm going to have these in their own separate one because I've done a few, but I'll also add this into my Valentine's playlist as well, so you'll see all of those mixed together. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed today and drop me a comment because I enjoy reading them. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, and that way you won't miss out on anything else I post. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.